everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Five Marks Pro Wrestling podcast. I am your host for today. Mark number 2, Mark number 3, I'm not sure, I don't really know. I am Carmo. I am joined today by, I suppose, his lovely dance partner.
You're mine, so yeah it works out either way. It's me, it's Mark 115. Back and get back with you again?
Yeah, we're back for another week. But ladies and gentlemen, we are joined again by another very special guest. As you all know, Hard Knox, Hard Luck is coming up on July 30th in Dolan's Warehouse. And we are, of course, joined by Mr. Axel Jered. Axel, how are we doing today?
I'm very good, I'm very happy, I'm very excited to be here. A little bit nervous, but...
That's what comes with this.
We're all nervous, it's okay.
Carmo doesn't bite, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Maybe the mic can do it.
Thank you for joining us today. It's very, very exciting to have you on.
Yeah, sure.
Look, we're going to start the way we always kind of start. What is your earliest wrestling memory?
Well, my earliest wrestling memory is in 2008. I remember turning on the TV and just was random. I saw Batista against Undertaker. It was in SmackDown. That was my earliest memory. Yeah, I remember that was the first match. Well, half match I've seen, and after that I started to see MVP as well. I remember, 2008, start of Jeff Hardy, all that,
That's that kind of thing with CM Punk and all that sort of stuff.
Golden era SmackDown.
Yeah, well, CM Punk was more after 2008 because he was in 2009, sorry.
Yeah.
2008 he was in ECW, I think so. And then, 2008 was terrible because it was that song of Jeff Hardy going out. So, terrible. I don't want to remember that.
What was it then about wrestling that actually drew you in? Was it kind of the over-the-top kind of characters? Was it kind of big set? Was it kind of the athleticism, the moves?
Well, it was, to be fair, it was Jeff Hardy. I think it's like everybody's kind of most, like a wrestler, it's Jeff Hardy, It was that wrestler. I started to support Jeff Hardy then, and I said, man, this guy is amazing, it's crazy, and I just love him. It was great,
Absolutely. And I suppose then coming into your kind of own wrestling career then, when did you kind of make the decision, Joe, I want to do this, I want to actually become a wrestler?
It wasn't, I'm from Spain, okay? And I decided to, in Spain now it's started to grow up a little bit, but then it wasn't that much. And in 2000, I've never heard about any kind of wrestling in Spain. And in 2019, I seen an Instagram a post of a school of wrestling when a kid was doing a seminar. It was going from my city to Zaragoza, and I said, I'm just gonna try. And that was my first wrestling class with a kid. And after that, 1 month later, I went to Barcelona for a seminar with Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ooh.
It was 1 week there. And after that, another seminar with LJ Cleary, and I said, I'm moving to Ireland. I'm just moving to Ireland for wrestling because that's my dream. I was happy, I was good with my life, but I didn't feel like really full. I really thinking for me, I really need something, an objective, not just a normal job and a normal life. I think just go for my dream, and I said I'm moving to Ireland. I'm moving to Ireland because I really want to become a professional wrestler, and I knew in Spain I couldn't do that. So I just moved to Ireland to follow my dream. If that makes sense.
I feel like the moment's a good choice, with the amount of people, like, think of people who are kind of gone over already, like Jordan Devlin. They've fought people like Walter, Gunter now, you've got people like we just had Santino come in, and there's opportunity for people to just keep growing in Ireland. You've so much opportunity between Hard Knox, OTT, stuff like that. You're spoiled for choice here.
And to be fair, I really think that the best companies of wrestling in Europe are here in Ireland. Yeah. I really think that, and if you see WWE, like the European wrestlers are Irish, and you see there's too much talent here, and there's really good places where you can learn, and I'm really, really happy I took that decision in that moment of moving to Ireland. I'm really, really happy, and I met really, really good people here. I'm really, really happy for them.
So, do you remember your first actual training session and stepping into the ring for the first time at all?
Yeah, I went with my best friend there in Spain. I decided I just convinced him to come with me because I felt like I was feeling like I'm not really confident, and I went with him. He came with me. We went to Zaragoza, and yeah, that first moment when I stepped into the ring with a kid and everything was like, oh man, the ropes actually sore. The mat sore. Is like it's a I remember that. Yeah, good.
Can you remember taking the first bump, actually hitting the mat for the first time? And
yeah, with the head.
Just the
bah, with the head. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. I was with headache for 2 days after those bumps, because you just learn to bump when you're doing like a kind of seminar express in that moment. You're just learning all kind of the basics in the first day, so you don't have time to really learn everything properly. So yeah, I remember those bumps and everything was kind of really terrible.
I just want to ask you as well, obviously you said there about moving from Spain there and kind of pursuing your career. Was there any kind of difficulty in the choice of actually deciding to go from Spain to Ireland, or was it just kind of like, I want to follow my career, I want to follow the path, and I'm going to do this?
I understand. Yeah, it's difficult for the fact of leaving my family, the people I love there. That's the worst part. But at the end of the day, what I'm doing here is something that I really like, that I'm enjoying. Yeah, sometimes it's tough, because sometimes the training is tough. I mean, it's difficult, but yeah, I'm doing something that I really like, so it's not like really tough. Yeah. Because I thank God I have like Ryanair to go to see my family and everything. So, and I have a job that I have this. Well, I work part-time as well, so it's easier. Every time I just ask for days, I go those days. I got those days. I get those days. Sorry. Okay. So I just go for holidays and everything. So it's like it's not really tough. Yeah. It's not really tough because, as I said, I'm doing something that I like, and it's not. Yeah, obviously, I miss my family. I miss everyone there. Or,
it's sacrifice.
It's not. Yeah, definitely.
If you could, would you go back and wrestle as well?
That's if I can have like something with a high standard like here in Spain, I don't know. Yeah, probably. But I understand that. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult to go back now, because now I made friends here. And it's something that you have to think a lot.
Yeah, we kind of had. Now I know too, not exactly the same. We had Renzo there last week saying the same thing about Italy. He said, he started in Italy, but like he pretty much reached like here, winning any titles like pretty quickly. There was no challenge for him, and now he's come to Ireland and he feels like he's got challenge after challenge after challenge, because it's such a better, different scene. It's nearly like. It's not like built up. It's almost like more professional as well. In turn, people are hungrier here to get to the top. So, like, is that something as well that kind of makes you go, "I'm so happy to be here"?
Yeah, something that I really said. I it was coincidence, but I think I took the best decision of moving to Ireland. I really think because I've learned a lot. I think I improved a lot. Not only in terms of ability in ring, but also the mentality with the wrestling. I've learned too much, because it's not only what I thought before when I was in Spain. What I would think there is not only to do like really good moves or something like this. It's the mentality, the learning of, I'm really happy. If I took the right decision of moving to Ireland. It was I know it was random, but
it was a chance.
I took the right decision. I'm really happy.
It was a chance that worked out as well. I want to kind of talk about something there that you mentioned a minute ago. You said that you kind of built up friends here in Ireland. And obviously one of those big friends that you have is Galagini, your tag team partner.
Yeah, my best friend.
Your Hard Knox partner. Yeah. How is it working with Galagini as well?
It's the best thing it could happen in my life. Meet him was the best thing. Galagini is so creative. He's my brother. He's it's so easy to work with him. It's so fun as well. Yeah, he's really he's the best person I've ever met, Galacini. Definitely.
Oh yes, I absolutely love him. He's brilliant.
Yeah,
He's so good, isn't he? Yeah. But like if you think like, where would your career be? Let's say obviously you started in School of Irish Wrestling. Now you're here in Hard Knox, a tag team Galacini, which one way.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider maybe just going out singles and dropping Galacini, maybe becoming that big star?
Oh Martin, you're talking rubbish. Oh, you're talking so much rubbish. Please leave. You will never leave me because we are brothers. Please leave. You're talking rubbish on the podcast again.
What you just said now? What's that? What's this about? Living Galacini. What?
We've done enough.
Welcome back to the Five Rubbish podcast.
What's that?
Please
Go
leave.
away, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Mr. Galacini.
Away, Carmel. I'm so glad I can interview my brother. Bow!
How are you doing today, guys?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic now that Martin's gone. Oh, thank God. He was wrecking my head.
You were saying about Living Galacini. What was that?
No one leaves Galacini. Nobody.
Of course.
I mean, I think they're probably the two best tag team in the country today.
Step Hermanos.
The best tag team in Ireland.
Repping Limerick.
Look, we might as well start it off at the last show, the last Hard Knox show. We saw you get your first win against Seshman Martina and TJ West. How was that feeling just to go out there and get that big win? Especially after your long party in Barcelona.
I understand. I was a little bit scared at the moment because Galacini was just a little bit hungover.
Apologies, my fault.
Yeah. But we managed to do it good. There's the power of the friendship. We just one match.
Totally agree. I think in such a short time too, our connection just grew and grew and grew, and I think that show really kind of highlighted the connection we have. That even though I was a little bit hangover, I was not going to let anything happen to my friend. Like, he has a dream to fulfill, and I'm going to do everything in my power that he sees his dream true.
I would actually argue it was one of the best matches on the card at the last Hard Knox show. And a lot of people would say that. So to even get that kind of reaction from the crowd and stuff like that, or even though you're so early on in your careers as a tag team, how does that feel?
The reaction of the crowd in that show, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was really good, and even when we got that win, I remember just that feeling of feel the people was really good. It was really good. It was amazing. And actually, when you have the crowd behind you, you feel that support or whatever it's really good. Really good.
Yourself, Karen?
It's mad. Like I said it to you guys when I spoke to you the first time. Like every time that the crowd respond to us, it's madness. It feels surreal. Like the connection we already have with them, it's mad, and we don't take it for granted at all. Every time we come back, we're like, that was the best. We want to do it again. We want to be in front of these people again. Like, it's just so much fun. We love it.
And actually, it's easier for me to work with him in the ring because, he gives me that calm or whatever. I don't know how to say that properly. Sorry.
I give him the calm.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. We just speak about the things and whatever. Yeah, I'm like with him. I feel like with him in the ring.
But even on that, I feel like we complement each other so well. Like, we're similar, but we're different. But where we're different, we kind of help each other with that.
Yeah.
Like, when we're thinking about ideas of what we can do, we always bounce back and forth from each other. So if someone has a small idea, we'll talk about it until it becomes a bigger idea. Or even just little things like, as he said after the first show, before the first show even, he was a bit nervous, and I was like, we got this, we've got this. But even sometimes I could be nervous, and he'd come on, you're Galacini. And I'm like, yeah, you're true. But I think the one that kind of moment that stands out for me from our relationship so far was after the first show when I was just his manager and calling him by the wrong name. Apologies about that, I don't think I said that yet. Sorry, I had your name wrong this whole time. It's Axel. I'm so stupid. How did I get that wrong? But after the show, he just goes, Keith, thank you. It's like, what are you taking me for? He goes, no, that was so much fun. I was like, that only worked because of you. I still don't think he doesn't know how good he is. Like, his reactions, his face, he's perfect foil for any bit of comedy that we do. Like, it's not funny if I just stand there and act a madman, because then it's just a madman in the ring. He's what brings it together, where he's just honest reactions, makes it real. And that's one thing that I think in this school that is something that we really focus on, is with a bit of reality and tangibility with the story that give the crowd something that they can relate to. And I think like our relationship is something people can relate to, of just people who are just really close friends and will do anything for each other. I think it's a real thing. One's a bit madder than the other. One's slowly becoming a bit mad.
Yeah.
If you've gotten to know that, if you've seen him from where he started to where he is now, he's a little bit of a lunatic.
I'm getting there. You see, that's why. I mean, we complement each other. He just speaks for me and he says whatever he wants to say. So it's so easy. I just can't stand here and he speaks for me and he will say whatever.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Look, one thing I do want to go back to, actually, Joe, and I'll start a bit further back. For the both of you, I want to start with you, Axel, first. What was the kind of thing that kind of made you click? What was the kind of first initial thing that you were kind of like, do you know what, this could really work?
We were here. It was one time when we didn't have a ring for a while, so we keep coming here for training and do promos and do workouts. It was in summer 1 year ago, something like that.
How you year?
Yeah, and was Steve there, and Steve in Galachin said, just have this idea just to speak Spanish, and he started to speak English and saying that this promo, which worked really good. He was saying, well, thanks, whatever. And yeah, I just speak Spanish and that's it. Was really good. It was one moment where we just clicked, or whatever, was easy.
Absolutely. Another one that I want to go to is before the second Hark Knox show. The two of you did a little video, kind of montage video, where you were training Axel and you were teaching him how to do hurling and stuff like that. How was that video for you? How was it, like, I suppose, getting your first feel of hurling as well?
Well, was easy. Was really
easy. You were useless.
No, not the hurling, not the hurling. Yeah, but I mean, to record the video, it was really easy. The hurling, sucks. Oof, no. It was really cold that day. I remember that ball is, man, it's like a stone. What's that? I mean, I understand now why Irish people is so tough, because but there's no chance to grab that ball. No way, you're mad people. There's like a stone, that ball. I remember when it hit my hand with that cold, and so no.
So you're not going to be playing hurling anytime soon?
No.
Gonna try and play in junior B Gaelic football though.
Oh, could work. Could work.
But these people runs a lot. I've seen them in the TV. No. They run. I'm like lazy. I don't like to run. I don't like. I prefer, just play football, relax in the center of the pitch, like ping pong, Iniesta, I prefer that, slow.
But on that promo as well, it was so funny because we went out to UL to record it, and I brought the hurley in the slitter, and he was like, "Can I see this?" I was like, "No, not until we're recording. I want your honest reaction to what this feels like." And in the video, obviously, there's like music over it, but you can hear it on, like, when we originally recorded it. I just like plucked the ball to him, and he goes to grab it, and it hits his hand. He just goes, "Putra madre!" And he was like, "What?" Like, he just couldn't believe it, because that was his first actual time trying to catch a slitter, and he was couldn't believe it. Was so funny. And then this like lad comes over in like a little golf cart. And he's like, "What are you doing here, lads?" Like, like, we're obviously recording a video, but I didn't want to say we're recording. So I was like, "Oh, this is my like best friend from Spain. He's come to visit. We're just gonna show him hurling." Like, he was like, "Okay, you're not supposed to be here." It's like, "Oh, sorry, man. 5 more minutes, just I'm teaching him hurling." He was like, "Alright, yeah." And he like goes off in his golf cart. I was like, "Quick, take out the camera again, start recording."
Okay. Rolling into the second Hard Knox show, then you obviously went 2-on-1 against Sven. How was that? I suppose that was actually your first kind of tag team match, really. Going up against the Sam then as well. How was that?
Well, easy. Work with the Sam is really, really easy. We just talk about the match, the story we wanted to tell in the match, and it was really easy. It was really easy. I enjoyed working with him. Yeah, just easy. Really, really easy. Really easy.
We saw a moment during that match where the Sam was actually biting Galacini, and you decided to repay the favour by biting the Sam.
Because I'm learning, and every time I'm learning, I see something and I learn about it, and I just try to copy him, because I saw that it was kind of effective, and I said, I'm just gonna try this.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. One question I do want to ask, and it's been a big topic over the last couple of weeks, is about Five Factory. So there's been a bit of an instance with AJ Spraggs where he thinks that you stepped into the ring at the last Five Factory show.
No, he's crazy. I've never been there. I understand. Okay, if you see that in the ring doing this, the tea and everything, in that moment he looks like a god. I understand that, and you can say, oh, this is Axel, because obviously you're seeing him beautiful and doing these things and all this mad crazy things and standing in the ring like a god, you know, that amazing jacket, those tights, perfect. And you can think it's Axel, but no, it was him. He was taught by Galacini to do the proper things and everything, and he just clicked at that moment in the ring, and he put in practice everything he has been learning with Galacini.
I do feel kind of bad for Scraggs though, because I think he must have bonked his head in that match, because the last month he's just been non-stop texting me like, who was that? And like, that was you. Like, my brother here only wishes he could be at Fight Factory. He really wants. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But actually, do you mind if I ask a question, since Martin's not here? So I might as well ask some. What do you think of AJ Scraggs?
He's a kind of moody bastard, to be fair. He's like, no, I kind of don't like him too much. But well, I understand he's learning, you know. He cannot be class as Galacini just from one day to another, so it's like a learning curse for him. So yeah, I think he's a nice guy, but you know, he needs to flow. He needs to
Exactly, he's a nice guy. He just needs to let loose.
Yeah, you know, it's like a little bit there. You know, stop.
He needs to stop.
He needs to stop.
He needs to stop.
He needs to stop.
Interesting, okay. One big thing that I wanted to actually talk about, and I want to ask you about this as well, because we haven't talked about it. Obviously, contenders, OTT contenders happened recently, and both of you were up there, you had a couple of days of training, and then you actually made your contenders debut.
Yeah.
Can you go through, I just want to start off, what was the training like? What was it like for those 3 days of training or 4 days of training? What was that like?
I remember there was a lot of people, and the first time I said, it's gonna be tough to get in the show, because you know there's a lot of people looking for that spot. But yeah, it was the training wasn't like really tough, like in terms of the cardio and all these things. It wasn't really tough, but yeah, I remember I've learned a lot in that weekend, and with a lot of good people there. Yeah, I remember that as a really good weekend. And then of course the OTT debut, which was one of the steps, you know, I always wanted to do, just a step in OTT. I don't consider it yet like a really big victory, because I really want to establish ourselves there in OTT. Yeah, it was really good. It was one of the best moments in my life. Finally get there, but it's not like a real victory yet. We need to. I'm really hungry. You know, I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know. How to
I did want to correct you. Yeah.
Yeah. When when I go to Burger King, I always order a burger and a lot of sides. So that, just imagine how hungry I am. I really want to get there and win everything.
So what you're saying is, contenders was the sides, but you want to go back for the burger.
Exactly. There you go. You see, we
Yeah,
compliment each other. There you go.
That's a good way to put it. Gala, for yourself.
It's surreal. Yeah, it was a great weekend. So we first got down there on the Friday for training, and as he said, there were so many people, and I was a bit like, how are we going to stand out here? Like, it's just mad. And he said, yeah, the training was really good in the sense of you learn so much more about the wrestling, like breaking down small things, just like how to move, how to like show your face, things like that. And the Saturday was one of the most fun days of training I've ever had. Like, we had a Paul Tracy seminar in the morning, and I really enjoyed that. It was very unique. Like, there was a lot of like drills that we would never have done before, and I just thought it was like a cool thing that broke down a lot of things that you would never think about in wrestling. And then we did like training matches afterwards, and we got to do one together, which was really fun. We got to do a promo together, so it was really good fun. And then the Sunday we got on the show. It was really special because I didn't think it was actually going to happen. The lads were like, "Oh, you never know, tomorrow could be the day," and I was like, "Yeah, probably not." Didn't want to get my hopes up. But then like I heard our names being called, and I was just like, and like Mike just went like that, and Mercer went like that beside each other. I was like, "Oh wow, like I'm on the show. This is fantastic." And just the fact that I got to do it with my brother, and the fact that Steve was in the ring with us too, that was extra special, having Steve there too for that moment. Yeah, it really meant a lot. Like it felt like everything that we've been through over the past like 12 months, it was a little bit of a payoff. But as he said, that's only the sides. We're going back to the burger.
Yeah.
But it's good incentive to keep us working because we know that it's attainable. So why would we ever give up and just work harder?
Definitely. If in 1 year we could do it to the Contender show, I don't even imagine maybe in 2 years where we can be. It is just keep working. I mean, if you work hard, that's there's no magical things. There's nothing but really work hard. There's nothing else.
There's so many opportunities in the country at the moment. We're like OTT, you have Fight Factory, you have Arsenal, you have Hard Knox. There's so many different promotions. And then you have also that market of trying to break through to the UK and even Europe in the next 6 months to 12 months, all that kind of way. One thing I do want to ask is, and you kind of answered this yourself, did it make it kind of extra special to get your debut on the Contenders, the fact that it was the two of you together?
Yeah. Anything I do with him is special. I enjoy every step of the way.
Definitely, because we have been working into this like since the beginning of Hard Knox. We have been working together since the beginning of Hard Knox, and even not only us. If we make it together, like with Mike and Mercer, we are a group together, and it's whatever we can do together it's really special. Of course it is with him, definitely, because as I said, we have been working in this since the first day of Hard Knox, and that makes it special. And even I forgot to tell, because I'm used to speaking English, but yeah, the thing of work with Steve in that OTT Contender show was really good. It was really good.
I feel like our wrestling relationship and our storyline is real, but it's also like if you add in Mike and Mercer to that too, we're just showing how the four of us are. I feel like the Step Hermanos in a way is all four of us, because they help with ideas too. They drive us on. They're our biggest supporters. So like the connection that you see is real, but it's the four of us have that connection. Like it's just great. We all work together. We all support anything we need. We lift each other up, and that's. But I think that goes back to credit to Steve. Like he's cultivated a place here in Hard Knox that is home for us. That we can have that relationship. I think it's very special that it's been allowed. Just the right teachings, done things the right way, I think.
100%. I've actually gotten to know the four of you over the last couple of months and stuff like that. And even on the journey down from Contenders, Francis Mercer was only one of the happiest people in the car.
Yeah.
So that kind of, you're so happy that the two of you let it on. And of course we got to see some of your singing.
Oh lads, I'm telling you, he missed one of the best sing songs in the world. It was so good. I felt so bad for this man sitting beside me. I was singing into his ear. There was Jonas Brothers, The Wanted, One Direction. It was brilliant. Big Time Rush. I sang every single word. It was brilliant. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. One of the best car journeys ever.
So much.
And I'm a beautiful singer too. You should hear me sing sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
Karaoke king.
Yes. Sure, then sometime we might do a karaoke, so maybe.
Number one on the guest list, please.
Another person I want to ask you about is Chris Kirby.
Pep Guardiola heading him like.
Pep Guardiola, terrible.
He's pure stupid like.
What's the issue?
Between us, I think he doesn't like us.
No, he definitely doesn't like us.
Well, what's the issue there? Why do you think he doesn't like you? Why do you think he's putting all this pressure
He's
on?
trying to fire us all the time.
All the time, like.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit weird at this stage, like.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual, like, especially since the last show he really tried to get you.
Yeah.
He obviously got a great victory over Session Model.
Because we're class.
At
Obviously.
CJ West. And now again he's like, you have to win every round.
Yeah, he's a little bit, I don't know.
Do you know what I think his issue is? He's jealous. Because he doesn't
I
have...
have hair. I mean, because we are really good. Because we are really
No, I think it's because he doesn't have a friend.
Oh,
he
yeah.
sees our connection and he just wishes he could be our friend. But he can't be our friend because he's a bit annoying, like. It's a bit annoying, like. Yeah. He thinks he runs the show, like he's pure class. I'm the operations manager. Look at me. He doesn't do it to anybody else. Why is it us he's picking on?
I don't know why.
I think it's because we're pure class and he knows we're pure class and he's jealous. That's the only reason why.
He doesn't have friends.
No friends. No. Billy, no mates.
No.
And what do you make of the stipulation he's added for the next Hard Knox show?
Oh, that's fantastic because we're going to be the more contenders.
No, definitely.
Oh,
Because
100%.
you know what? We're gonna win. And you know what? We're gonna end up the year being the Hard Knox Tag Team Champions. Definitely.
Facts.
Because we are the best tag team in Ireland.
100%.
100% Irish beef.
BDE are just instead of like, they think they look class, but
Yeah.
they're not as sexy as us.
Of course.
Like, you'll see it when we're in the ring. We'll be standing here, they'll be standing there, and all eyes will only be on two men. The Step Hermanos.
And you want to batter him.
Oh, and they're getting battered in.
The only thing I will say is BDR do have a great team. They do have a lot of experience. Obviously, the fabulous Nicky's in that team. He's been around for quite a long time. Do you really think that you have what it takes to get the victory over the two boys?
Yes, because we have the power of the friendship. We are the tag team of the people, and we're going to win.
It's not just us, it's the whole of Hard Knox. Everyone there that night will be behind us. And we fully believe that. And we're going to do it for them. It's not just us, we're in this together.
For our
We're
nation, for
all
Limerick.
this together. You're giving me flashbacks. One man who won't believe in you winning at the next Hard Knox show is Mr. Martin.
Yeah, well, he's gone, so he's like, can we just get rid of him permanently? That'd be brilliant. Your podcast would be so much better if he was just gone. Like,
Much more fun.
If you want to see Galacini take Martin's spot in the podcast, and Axel, let Axel come in as well, we will put a vote on the video and you can decide what you want to do.
oh, he's getting sacked, yeah? He's getting sacked. Actually, I want to ask, let's flip the tables here. What's Martin's deal? Why does he not like me?
I don't know. I think it's jealousy.
So, him and Chris Kirby could be friends. They'd both, there we go, problem solved. Martin and Chris will set them up on a date. They can go to the roller rink, they can roll around on the roller rink. They can go to McDonald's afterwards, and then maybe go for a pint. And they can just discuss how they hate me. And then there we go, they'll be friends, they'll be less bitter. And then the podcast will be better. And then the operations manager won't hate some of the employees. There we go, that's it sorted. See, this podcast is brilliant with Karma. We're solving major issues here.
Of the world.
Of the world. Number one problem in the world right now is Martin and
Chris Kirby.
yeah, 100%. Biggest issue.
That could be a match we could see down the line, you know, Martin, Chris Kirby versus the Step Hermanos.
That would be so easy. That would be the easiest match of my life.
It'd be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, it would be, because there's been me going, getting battered, like,
100%.
dig the head off him.
From the Hard Knox tag team titles.
Yes.
There's obviously a tournament. Well, I believe there's a tournament at the next show, which they will crown the new title, new champions. How important it is for the two of you to go after those titles and possibly even capture the titles?
Well, as I said, I mean, it's gonna be like a really good reward for all this work. And yeah, and just to show the people of Limerick that thanks to their support, we can reach any objective. Thanks to them, and yeah, thanks to the work and everything. Okay. Work like that.
I think it's important because having Hard Knocks in Limerick means so much for the city. Like having something like that that's so different and that people are getting behind, like it's huge, and it means the world to me that I'm just even involved in it. And if we were to be the Limerick team to hold the Limerick titles, like that's the goal, and it's just something we have to work towards, because obviously a lot of people don't like us, Martin, because we like to have fun, and we're never going to stop having fun, but we also have to show people like we are pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
So what if we like to have fun? We're still as good as anybody else, we still work as hard as anybody else. I think that will solidify it, to show that you don't have to be a big moody head like Chris Kirby or an AJ Scraggs.
Yeah.
You can have fun but still work hard and get the rewards.
I think you proved that as well as the last shows we've kind of talked about already. I want to kind of move off here a second just for a couple of minutes. You brought up here training.
Yeah.
How important is it to have a place like this in Limerick that you can come to day in, day out and hold your crowd?
It's vital. It's vital for us. It's vital because that's where, you know, here we not only train a lot, we spend too much time just talking, just, you know, whatever. And I consider this my second home now. And yes, it's vital to have this place or a place like this here in Limerick. It's vital. It's vital.
I think for us two brothers from Limerick who grew up
Yeah.
in the suburbs in Thomondgate,
Yeah.
I think it's so important that like this is accessible for anybody, because I know myself who, as I said to you before, always just wanted to try be a wrestler. Just that's all I wanted, but I didn't know how, and places were too far away. Having this here now at home is so special, and Steve deserves all the credit in the world for firstly opening this place, but the work he put into this place. like the coaching that he does, like teaching us not just the moves but everything else around, like the mentality, the character work, everything. Like it's I can never sing Steve's praises enough for everything he does for not only Limerick wrestling but Irish wrestling. It means the world. I think one of the things that goes aside from wrestling that I think can get overlooked but it shouldn't be is like the connections with people you make. Like the four of us, like they're like my best friends now, and would never have met them if it wasn't for this place. So it is like home for us. It's where we all met. It's where we discuss things when things aren't going good. It's where we share good news with each other. So in a way, isn't that just what home is? That it means so much to us, and the fact that like we get to be integral parts of that. Like all four of us, like, you know, we have Mike who's being a bit of a dickhead at the moment.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, let's call Mike out. No need for what he's doing.
Yeah.
Turning his back on Steve after everything he did. Bit of a dickhead move. He's going to get the head kicked off him at the next show. That's going to be hilarious. Mercer, you know, he's involved with the whole Foxy drama at the moment. We'll see how that one ends up. Like, why were we the only nice ones? Both of our friends now are just wrecking people's heads.
I don't know, man.
But we still support them.
Yeah.
We're still there for them.
This shows how good we are. You know?
We're really good people.
Yeah.
You know, even when they're being little naughty boys,
Yeah.
we'll be there to support them. But yeah, I kind of rambled there for a bit and went away from the point. But yeah, this place is special. And I say to anybody that wants to come and train here, you won't regret it. Like, we welcome everybody in straight away. Anyone's welcome. All you need to do is be committed. Just keep showing up, keep putting in the work.
Yeah, because as I said, there's no other thing to grow up than work.
Yeah, there's no secret. It's
There's
just
no
commit.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring up there something what you said about Steve and connections and stuff like that. You can see that with some of the people that are coming to Hard Knox. Like your third show, you have Session of Martina, Kings of the North, big names. Like, how is it for you to be working with these kind of caliber of people and even sharing a locker room?
Well, sharing the locker room with people. At the first time, it's like impressive. I don't know how to say that properly. Like maybe impressive to have these people in the locker room. Not only them, but also AJ Cleary, Scotty Davis, like Sammy D. There's a lot of huge names in Irish wrestling, and not only in Irish wrestling. And yeah, it's like you can feel a little bit afraid of that, but they are really good people, really good people, and they try to help everything they can, which makes it a lot easier to, you know, people that are starting like me or like us, like it makes it a lot easier to work with them, because you know you see that they are stars, but they are really humble and they try to help us as much as they can and give you advice with everything. Yeah, they are like really good people.
Yeah, I have to agree. They're some of the nicest people I've ever met. They're always there for advice. But I think like one of the best pieces of advice I've ever got from Steve, it hasn't really got to do with anything inside the ring. He just said, be normal. So that's when you do meet these people, realise that they're normal too, and just chat to them. They're more than happy to talk as long as you're just normal about it. And that's one thing that like been so lucky that we have got to have these like changing rooms with people where you could give ideas and get feedback, and also just maybe not talk about wrestling, maybe talk about something else, and just like grow connections with these people, because we're all equally as crazy as each other that we've decided to do this. So there's always going to be that connection. So it's great to meet new people, and it's just some of the best days we've ever had. I've been just at shows and just the jokes and the messing. It's been such a fun journey. Like.
Yeah, but for him it's really easy to talk with people because really charismatic. He's really funny, so it's a lot easier. Just you see him walking into the locker room and he's I got a chin. Everyone goes, you know, because he's really charismatic, really funny. Then he's, you know.
But you don't do yourself justice. I think you're funnier than me. I'm just louder than you. You're so funny. Some of the things you come out with have us in tears.
Yeah, but you know, you speak English and it's easier for you. So
yeah, that's
for me it's difficult.
Yeah, of course. So don't put yourself down. Like you're really funny too.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I have to. And that character in the weekend on, like it was banter on the way. And we obviously talked about here the training and stuff like that. We obviously have the 4V, Steve, a few others, Monty, of course.
Go on, Monty.
Go away.
If you were to give, like, I suppose, a sentence or two to someone who's watching this now and are kind of going, John, I really want to do this. I really want to do this, but I'm kind of, I don't know, like if I should or what to do or whatever. What's kind of a sentence or two of what you'd say to that person?
Just try it. I mean, there's not. Just try it, because it's better. Well, this everybody says this, but it's better to say, well, at least I tried that. If I try, like, I don't know how to say that. Well, whatever. But try it. There's no other thing.
Just do it.
Try
Just
it.
do it.
Try it.
Question for you. What was your first impression of Limerick when you arrived for like the first month? What did you think of it?
Oh, it was raining and cold. Wow, the weather is the worst. The worst. I arrived in winter. It was terrible. Yeah, because of the weather, because it was raining all the time. But yeah, the city itself is nice. It's beautiful. The city itself. Yeah, my first impression was that it was really cold. But yeah, it wasn't like.
You came in like February time, was it?
Yeah, January 31.
Mm.
Yeah, and after 1 week or 2 weeks was Phoenix Wrestling. Like it was the start of Phoenix Wrestling. So I came here from Ensteimen. I used to work there in Ensteimen.
Yeah, that's the maddest thing ever. This crazy person lived in Ensteimen,
Yeah.
didn't drive, so I used to get a bus into training every day, and then get like a bus halfway home, and then because there was no buses that late at night, got a taxi home.
Yeah.
Like that's so much dedication. Like
Yeah,
crazy.
I used to live near Einstein, like, and that's a journey.
But I mean, again, it wasn't difficult. Of course, the bus sucks and all that travel sucks. But I was doing something that I really liked, so it wasn't like a big issue. If you say you're going alone or whatever, and you're just working to provide your family, okay, that's tough. But I'm doing something that I like, so it wasn't. Yeah, I was spending a lot of money, but that's why I came here. So it wasn't like a big problem, because I was doing something, the thing I came for. So it wasn't like, I mean, yeah, the travel and everything, the taxi was too much money, it was too much time. The buses were terrible, sometimes delayed, and yeah, but it wasn't like a really bad thing. It was, yeah.
It's good, yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I think this shows I listen to your podcast a bit too much, because you missed the question that you usually ask. Like, what was like your first match?
What?
You're taking over Martin's game.
Yeah, Martin's getting sacked. Getting sacked in the morning.
I'm getting sacked.
What was your first match?
My first match.
Let's say your first match in Spain and your first match in Ireland.
Oh, well, my first match in Spain was a Rumble in one company in Madrid. And my first match here was a tag team with Sam the Sham, against Big Man Shit.
Oh, I don't want to hear a fun fact. Have you guessed who he teamed with before he teamed with me?
Oh my god, yeah, that woody bastard if I just grass.
Yeah,
It was a tag team, or yeah, it was something, I don't
it was like a three man or 4 man or something, was it?
three man, yeah, and it was with AJ Scrax and PVD, pretty big deal, against Fabio, LJ Cleary, and I don't remember.
Martin?
I don't know. Well,
Someone's
yeah.
getting offended.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with the names.
Oh, he's so bad with names, like.
I'm terrible. Yeah, and yeah, I did a tag team, and since that day, you can see that they just practicing with Bastard. I was here with him. And was like, I don't want to be funny. I don't want to be funny.
But speaking of like being funny, when you first came here, did you think that your character would be so funny?
No way. No way, because that's another thing that, as I said, the mentality here, it's just entertain and just be entertaining for the people. And the mentality in Spain sometimes is like, just try to put yourself over all the time. And I'm sick of seeing that heel character all the time, of this heel character, slow, like what, looking everyone like blah, blah, blah. Everyone is that heel. And everyone is the face of yoo-hoo. So I'm sick of seeing that things, and I've never thought that I could be this character here, because yes, the mentality, I've never thought about it.
Do you find it more relaxing being able to play that kind of character than have to be, I suppose, almost that heel or that face and be a lot more serious about your character?
I feel more natural because this is the way I am. Like, I'm kind of, I'm kind of fun person. I try to be a list. I try to make people easy to be with me. I really like when people have fun with me, and yeah, that's why I find it more natural, because that's, yeah.
One other question I meant to bring up as well earlier on, and I think we talked about it with yourself. We definitely talked about it with Francis. I think we talked about it with Mikey as well. What's it like working with, like, obviously Steve, LJ Cleary, I know Raven Creek comes down every now and again, and those kind of people. What's it like training with them, learning from them?
Oh, it's great. It's really good. I learn a lot of stuff. Sometimes, yeah, it's kind of tough at some point, but yeah, I mean, it's not really tough because it's easier. I'm learning a lot, and I find it easy. They make things like fun things, or yeah, it's easy. They help you with it, whatever they can. So any advice, whatever, they make it really easy.
100%.
I think we just owe the world so like in the wrestling world we owe everything to mainly Steve and LJ.
Yeah.
Like the two of them really have just done so much for us, and we both agreed like owe them a lot.
Absolutely. We're just kind of coming up to about the end. I do want to open the floor to the two of you if you have any questions for each other.
Oh, you can ask me a question. Oh, that'd be interesting. What do you want to ask me?
Oh, this. With who of your tag team partners you find easier or funnier or better to work with?
Okay, that's an easy one. We all know Kean Noonan.
No way.
No, of course it's you go on me. Well, we'll get Scraggs there. Give Scraggs a bit of time. I think I'm breaking him down slowly, like chiseling away, and he's gonna be. There's a bit of crack in him somewhere. I know I can bring it out.
Somewhere.
Do you reckon we could see a trio?
I wouldn't be opposed, but this lad, I think he wouldn't be too happy to be in a trio.
I don't know. I mean, everything can happen, but I mean, not everybody's as gas as got a chin, so. But you never know. You never know.
Never say never. Never say never.
Never say never.
I will never say never.
I'm opening the floor again if you have any questions to ask each other. Now's the time.
I think that's about it. I think I know everything about you.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for you. Where did you get that lovely t-shirt?
Oh, Step Hermanos t-shirt. You have it's the best t-shirts.
Yeah, and where can you get this? At Hard Knox on July 30th.
Yeah,
definitely. When we batter the heads off BD, and then we'll sell some t-shirts.
Yeah,
and it'll be a great night. And we'll all go out and have a big party.
Yeah.
Celebrate the fact that we're number one contenders. Oh, I have a question for him. Who would you have join our little group out of anybody in Irish wrestling? Just pick one person.
Good question.
Which wrestler?
One wrestler to join the Step Hermanos.
It's a tough one.
Do you imagine? Oh no, but that's really tough. But do you imagine at some point Steve Savage joining to Step Hermanos?
Could happen.
Something like big energy cunts.
Jesus Christ.
You were no. Come on. Something like that.
I think that's my last question.
Oh god, I have one last question for you, and this is, I suppose, a kind of big-ish one. What does the future hold for the Step Hermanos?
Everything.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we trying to get to as many companies, as many countries?
Yeah.
Chasing titles?
Yeah.
Having fun? Friendship?
Yeah.
Fun friendship and maybe more.
Just that's our goal, our objective, keep working, and the sky's the limit.
100. I totally agree. Like, because I think that we're so lucky that we found each other. Isn't it mad that like a lad from like Galicia in Spain and some lad from Limerick just happened to meet through wrestling and just that's it. That this is our careers now. We're together. We're just gonna make a name for ourselves together.
Well,
it's
My ID says Galicia, but I'm from Limerick, from Thomondgate.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's from Thomondgate. This is a Thomondgate accent.
This is how we speak in Thomondgate. And sometimes you think, oh, you speak Spanish. No, that's a dialect we have in Thomondgate.
Oh man, actually just thought of another question before we sorry.
Fire
Another
away,
question
fire
from what's your favourite piece of Limerick slang that you've learned?
Oh, I don't know exactly what the I don't know.
You say so much now.
That's actually a new question as well. So.
That's my favorite piece of Limerick slang.
Yeah, like Gomi or Gambine or one of those ones. Do you know things that I always say that I teach you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Mary, throw me out the chicken run.
What?
Mary, throw me out the chicken run.
Oh, throw me out a breakfast roll there, Mary. Something like that. I don't know.
I like it. Oh, I forgot my question.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I want you to tell us why you like spars wedges more than centres wedges.
Well, because they are kind of, are better. I don't know, are kind of spicy and kind of harder outside.
Aren't you?
Yeah, and you have to be really, really careful when you go to the deli and you ask for chicken roll, because if you ask for bacon, they give you the cold bacon. That's terrible. You need to ask for rashers, and they put you the hot bacon. Yeah, no, you have to be really smart with it. It's your decision. When you go to the chicken roll, you need to be really, really careful. Yeah, it's really, really.
And how class is Chicken Hut?
It's chicken. It's really chicken class. That's really class. Like, it's really class. The best chicken you can eat.
And the gravy.
No, gravy is the best. Definitely.
Alright, now I'm done.
That was actually my question, so we're okay. Lads, I want to thank you both for coming on and joining us today. Thanks for replacing Martin, and thanks for just coming on to the pod. And
Thank you so much.
For saying that, no. Twice.
Maybe I know why Martin doesn't like us.
I'm starting to turn up now. I'll start with you. Have you any social media or anything like that you want to
Yeah, Keen Galaccini on absolutely everything. There's only one Galaccini, so no bother finding me. Easy peasy.
Perfect.
Axel
Axel
Jered
Jered
in Instagram as well, and in Twitter.
Perfect. If you don't know our socials by now, tune off.
Chalk it off. I don't know, 5 marks.
You know what? 5 Marks Podcast on everything, and I think it's 5 Marks Pod on Twitter. That could be wrong.
Character limit.
It's either that or the other way around. Thank you both for joining us today. We have been the 5 Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, but instead of ending it our normal way, I'd like to give it to the 2 of you to finish off this episode.
Oh, actually, let's test him. How did I finish the podcast?
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't listen.
You do your end and then.
Okay, I'll do it on it. What's in the there, so?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Go on, say something. The podcast won't end otherwise.
Thank you very much for listening to us.
Ding, ding, done.
Woo!